Hello, hello, hello. Greetings. This is the 27th episode of the Mental Threads podcast. I'm here with a special guest. State your name, sir.
What's going on? It's Main Event Teddy.
Yes, Main Event Teddy. Pretty much like a little bit of a. Well, how can you say it? Like, you're pretty much well known on campus at a NCCU. Like a.
Definitely, for sure. Came here 2015. Been rocking out ever since.
Yeah, and you pretty much already. Hold up. Yeah, you pretty much already graduated and everything, but you still come back to the campus from time to time.
Yeah, definitely. Part of being a promoter. Just coming back and really, like, although we have social media, it's still good to reach out to people and get to interact with people physically to try to get them to, come out to the events and whatnot. And it's also just something fun to do. So, yeah, for us, pretty much I don't stay on campus, but I'm out here from time to time promoting or linking up with some of the main event members or just whatever the case may be. Just staying relevant a little bit.
Okay, nothing wrong with it. And pretty much Main Event is like just an association just for building parties and stuff like that. Just like YTS, I think.
We're a little bit different. So the full company is Main Event Marketing and Management, and so we do exactly that. Mainly here in Durham. That's what we pretty much known for, the party industry. But we're all over the place. We've done parties in Atlanta, Miami, South Carolina, LA. Brought some of the biggest artists. Like we do Moneybagg Yo. We brought Young Dolph, Key Glock, Boosie, No Cap, Tusi, Young Thug, Migos, Lil Baby, Future, like, the list goes on. And so we're really hands-on in a lot of things, but around here, around Durham and definitely the Central, yeah, we run the party industry, yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's a lot of high-profile artists, man. I know, like, my favorite slowly coming by is like that's one of the new artists, like Lil Baby for sure, man. Especially he be killing it with the features, man. I don't know what about his flow, bro, but he just kills it every time. You put him with J. Cole, kills it. Drake kills it.
He's versatile. Yeah. We I'm trying to think where we brought him to. I think last time actually we brought him to if I believe correctly, we brought him an All-Star Weekend when it was in Charlotte a couple years ago. And so we do events like that, All-Star Weekends, Homecomings, BET Weekend in LA, just everything, any and everything you could think of.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And would you say like you have interest like in like starting your own business yourself, or this is like your main business that you're working with?
I do plan on starting a business within the venture of Main Event, but yeah, I do plan on starting my own business within this company to branch off and things like that.
Okay, sure, I could see that and everything. Like I have interest in starting my own couple businesses. I know Party Bus is one thing I want to invest in for the future because like just it's COVID right now, so it's just like I feel like because my father works with like SAMDA, he pretty much sends a whole lot of vehicles back to Liberia and stuff like that. I'm thinking like maybe if you could probably help me like kind of like invest into that, maybe through Washington D.C. because that's pretty much where I'm going to be staying at the next couple of months. Right. And I'm thinking maybe like if I make enough profit off that and everything, or maybe off this music thing, hopefully maybe I can get invest in my own studio, maybe get a laundromat, and then little itty bitty stuff like that. But and hopefully one day I really want to like invest in my own like strip club too, man. Like for real, man.
That it's definitely a good industry. It's good, but it can somewhat be challenging. I feel like the main thing of having a strip club is definitely having the brand, like like there's plenty of strip clubs everywhere, but everyone knows about Magic City, your G5s, your all that type, because they built a brand for themselves to where nigga that shit just go crazy. Like if you in Atlanta, if you want to go to the strip club, to go to Magic City, like, and it's crazy because if you never been, you hear so much about it, and you go out there and it's like the fucking strip club look like a hole in the wall. But it's fucking Rolls Royces and Maseratis and all that shit parked out front, and hella money thrown. All the big industry niggas come through there, so it's like it's really about your brand for real. Brand yourself right and run a good business. You can pretty much do anything.
No, I believe on that heavily, man. Because I'm a business student myself and everything. So it's just like, branding can really go as far away. Because, like, some people might be interested in one strip club versus another strip club more. Like, I know in LA area, they most like skinny type of strippers and everything with the loose type of panties and stuff like that. It's like, some niggas aren't into shit like that. They prefer, like, like the big, thick, down south and just, like, stacked fucking ass fat, titties everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, everybody has to each his own. But everyone pretty much knows what their interests lie in. I feel like, when it comes to strip clubs, I don't know. I feel like it's just like, do you feel like when it comes to seeking out strippers and everything, like trying to find the right people that might want to begin, might be like beginners and stuff like that, and finding the right balance between that and people who actually have experience for a while and everything. When it comes to like just finding the process of finding a strip, I know you haven't started a strip club, but it's like, what do you think like your strategy would be to like get the right, dancers and stuff?
To start, I feel like it definitely goes farther than just having a nice body. Like, obviously having a nice body, it help you in that industry, but a lot of the dancers that we work with now, that we have personal relationships with, they have a brand of their own, and so like everyone, I think sometimes women get it confused when they just feel like they got a nice butt, they can twerk, so they feel like they can make some money at the strip club. Like, yeah, that could potentially be true, but yeah, at the same time, you have to understand you about to go into an industry where they not too really keen on, the new girls coming around, and you about to go and try to go into a strip club where most of the guys that come in there they already have their select, certain amount of people. Like, some guys will go to a strip club and just be for one person, you know what I'm saying? And so finding a girl that has a brand within herself would definitely be a positive thing to do, because that's going to help you. Obviously, having a nice body, whether that be like petite nice or down, like you said, down south thick, whatever it is, well kept together. Gotta have sex appeal, obviously, and then
And the personality too, man. I mean, you can't be like the type that's just too bougie to do much of anything. You got to be a free spirit. It's like an area where it's like you're literally getting buck ass naked in front of people. Can't be kind of too shy with it too. Like, I ain't trying to put like, just show the tits. But it's like you gotta find like some kind of free. It's a character type thing too. It's like dudes could be there to the strip club the first time ever and whatnot, and it's just like they don't want to like be set up with somebody that just doesn't know what they're doing or just doesn't like pretty much care about doing their job basically. So it's just like your heart's got to be in it too.
Yeah, definitely your heart's got to be in it. Yeah, cause that shit can just like we deal with dancers a lot, and it gets a lot. It's just a lot go into it, and it could be a good or a bad situation. But you do it right, incorporate some of the right people, then you could definitely make something pop off. Cause like I said, once the brand gets to evolving, then you'll be able to take things to another level.
I feel that, man. I feel that pretty heavily, man. It's just like, do you feel like Durham has enough strip clubs? Do you feel like we need like a little bit more or not?
This crazy what I'm about to say. I don't even know. Well, I'm sure they do, but I've never heard of a strip club in Durham. The only ones I know of are in Raleigh, and that's only two that I know of, and that's Raleigh and Amnesia. And again, that goes back to building the brand. They've built their brand to where if you in a Raleigh-Durham area, you want to go to a strip club, to either go to Raleigh or Amnesia, because they built their brand. They have dancers within their company that has built their brand to where everyone is essentially promoting this one location, and it's like, you know, this girl has her brand of people that follow her, so they're gonna come there. This girl got her brand of people. The club got its own brand of people. So everybody pushing in one area. You know what I'm saying? They make it work.
Yeah, man, I feel that. I feel that. Do you feel like maybe colorism might kind of link into just like, you know, when it comes to like popularity of like the dancers or whatever, or just anything in regards to, you feel like it plays any role in anything? They think nobody cares. Like, you're just titties and ass. Who cares?
It can depend. I definitely feel like well, I'm gonna say it does, just because holistically we already live in colorism where, you know, like uh like you got niggas like Kodak Black talking about he don't need no dark skin, like, you feel me, talking about he already black, he don't need no black bitch, like, you know what I'm saying, like,
Black as hell. Like, what's wrong with black skin?
yeah,
Dark
you
skin
feel-
girls are fine as shit, bro. Like, I
feel
feel
me?
like they're like the most sensual on the
all
spectrum.
color ranges,
That's
no
just how I
matter.
see it. I don't know what the next guy thinks.
Nah,
Maybe I'm
that's
just
a fact.
African. I don't know. I just feel like there's something about how the light kind of hits the
Yeah,
skin.
that's a fact.
You know, when you dim the lights and everything,
fact.
it's just like dark skin girls. They got some stuff going on. I know
That's a fact.
people like to point like, oh yeah, light skin girls. Like, oh yeah, it's just like maybe they're in the magazines a whole lot, so it's like it might be pushing that narrative, like the Holly Berries and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I guess it started for me when I watched. You ever seen the movie Class Act?
Classic. Nah.
With Kid and Play and whatnot. Like, I don't know. You seen the House Party movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you haven't seen Class Act.
Uh-uh.
Okay. So you remember the dark skinned girl from Boys in the Hood, like
Yeah,
Ricky's
yeah,
Ricky's
yeah. She
baby
fine as
mama.
hell in that movie.
Yeah, dude, she
Yeah.
was in that movie Class Act as like the love interest for Kid's character and whatnot. That's where it started for me for dark skinned girls. I'm
word.
like, bro, people be like, because I think old girl from Fresh Prince of Bel Air was in that movie too, at the love interest for Play and whatnot. But it's just like, I don't know. I was always drawn to Demeter. That's who the girl was. She was fine as hell. I don't know why, but it was just, I just fuck with her. I was just more drawn to her, really. But it's just like, that's kind of where it started for me as a kid. You know, I was, so it's, I don't know. I guess everyone's just kind of exposed to different things.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own like preferences and whatnot.
Yeah,
But it's just
definitely.
like, I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like me personally, like, I don't really care. Like, I might have a preference, but I'll never be like I wouldn't date one. Like, I never say I wouldn't date this girl because she dark skinned, or I wouldn't fuck with this girl because she light skinned. Like, you feel me? I'm best of both worlds. Like, you feel me? If I get that attraction from you, then you feel me? It is what it is. I'm not going.
And vibes play a role too, man. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Like, it's just a bougie could be on each side no matter what.
Definitely.
And it's just like, yeah. And some people like bougie, some people don't. It just depends on where your vibes lay at and everything, you know. But,
Yeah, but we've, as a culture, created like a somewhat of a standard for, like, you know, when how you speaking on bougie. Like, I feel like a lot of people associate the bougie lifestyle with light skinned girls, and they're just this, that, and the third, and then dark skinned girls have their characteristics, and it's like, you feel me? It's shit just all around. Like, it's a characteristic. So I mean, just because you light skinned or you dark skinned, you feel me, that don't mean you don't got either or the characteristics. But I feel like women play into that too, though. Like, women obviously hear about the characteristics that they supposed to have about themselves, and so sometimes I feel like women will play into it. Like,
even for dudes too, man. I remember like growing up and everything, people used to rip on you for being dark skinned and whatnot. And then you grow and then you get to college and everything. That was like a fetish.
yeah, now it's like, you
it's
feel me, bitches goddamn love a dark skinned nigga. But and you feel me, you right, you absolutely right. And this like the same thing with weight though, for real. Like, you feel me, middle school, high school, middle school, you get picked on for being a little fat nigga around the way. But
You got to be funny if you're fat too,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
say, like,
yeah.
if I was fat, I try to be funny. That's
Yeah.
what those really got
But-
me through. But
I was like, I was cooler though than a lot of like just your average fat niggas, so it made it a little bit easier for me. But nigga, when I got to college, it was like, you feel me, like, when the fuck all these hoes start liking fat niggas? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God,
Cause it's like you're a boss, you big and shit and whatnot.
yeah.
Like for me, I was kind of really, really overweight set, and like I came in kind of thickish. I kind of slimmed down a little bit more though,
Right.
And that's mostly because it's I've been trying to work out and whatnot. I've been kind of slimming and just focus on stuff. Cause like like at the same time I got diabetes and stuff in my family. It's good to just shed that stuff right now. Before it's like I'm 30 years old and then really. And everything. Plus, you want to get like fit too, because when people want to try to press at you and everything, you don't want to be slowing out of breath into the first 5 minutes and shit.
Right.
It doesn't bode very well, but it's just like but yeah, man, it's just like I don't think like females really don't care really. It's just a respect thing. Like if you have a good like how can I say like a good reputation attached to you and everything, I feel like you're good to go. Really, and everything. Like it's just like people like you as you are and everything. Like, yeah, he's fat, but it's like he's funny. Like he's a cool dude and everything.
Yeah.
Then you're fine and everything. But it's just like I feel like it all comes down to just kind of being in sync with yourself. Like just fucking with yourself.
Definitely. Definitely being yourself is probably the biggest characteristic. Like especially. And this really goes beyond just, being heavy set, like having anything that you feel like could potentially be a hindrance to you or get picked on about or just anything like that. Like owning it and accepting it is what make people respect you about it. I mean, like we all know, bro, people are gonna talk about you to the day you die. You could be fat as hell. You could think losing weight is gonna make people stop talking about you, but they're just gonna find something else new to talk about once you lose the weight.
They always find something new, man. And I guess it's just weird now because this is social media age, so it's like people just constantly try to leave comments. I'll be like, oh yeah, this nigga T fucked up. Oh yeah, this nigga. And it's like it's in the comfort of their own homes and everything. So it kind of bleeds into real life where people are becoming less and less confrontational. Yeah. Which on one hand, yeah, it's good because then but on the other hand, it's really bad too. Because the less people are confrontational and people are used to taking L's physically and, just, leaving that respect factor and everything, then it fast forwards to a point where people pull out weapons, start, like, capping people, like, literally. And it's, like, because they're afraid to get their ass kicked. Mm-hmm. And, we all been there and everything. We all take L's. Sometimes we take W's, too. And then it's just a matter of whether you give a fuck enough to really respond to that over and over again. It's like sometimes it's better just not to respond.
Yeah.
Because like some people can really take L's, some people really can't take L's at all, and then it's like it'd be like your whole family in danger just because some nigga had to act stupid. And it's like I think about shit like this all the time and everything. It's definitely. Like because I feel like the Boondocks pretty much put a like a little map over stuff like that, the nigga moment. Basically, and it's just like we all see nigga moments all the time where it's just like just one black man that just wants to just mind his own, get what he has to get, live his life, whatever, and then niggas in the background hating on him for some weird reason, just try to like ingest some kind of like ignorant ass moment to fuck shit up for everybody because they're bored and insecure.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, what would be a good way to like counter a lot of this? Because I'm thinking about just taking boxing classes just so I can be able to like just defend yourself more properly and everything, be less clumsy. But it's just like at the same token, even if you do kick somebody's ass, they're still going to come back 3 times harder.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, man, I just avoid it. Like, especially like with this party shit, man, it's like you kick a nigga ass, then you already got police outside, which they're not, with them knowing that you're running the event, you know what I'm saying, they not going like super go ham, but kicking a nigga ass don't do nothing, because then a nigga feels sour about you kicking his ass and then want to try to take it to another level. Then police got to get involved, and then it just, it can mess up your reputation. Because niggas will just start associating your events with just bullshit going on every time, which obviously someone fighting is somewhat in your control, but not all the way. You can't make niggas not fight. The only way you can probably hinder a fight from happening is catching it before it happens, but 9 times out of 10, you in a club with fucking 800, 1,000 people, and it's, you know what I'm saying, a certain number of security guards. It's like they can't you can see everything, but now you trying to mush through a crowd that's shoulder to shoulder on each other, and it's like, you feel me? It's only but so much you can do. But man, I just avoid that shit, man. I ain't about to. I ain't, cause
Because you're getting way too old for this shit, man.
Yeah,
It's just like
no.
we're getting to the age where a lot of us are starting families and shit.
Yeah,
Y'all still trying to fight in the
definitely.
club and everything.
Yeah,
Like, just
like-
have a good time and fuck off, man.
that shit corny, man. And at the same time, some of that is me avoiding conflict, because I know with myself at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I gotta do to go home. You know what I'm saying? So if we goddamn get into a conflict and I whoop your ass, or security, whatever the case may be, had to get on your head because of the way you acting, and you try to take it to another level, I'm not gonna, while at the same time trying to prevent that level from coming, I'm not gonna not prepare myself for that moment to happen. So if that moment happen and it's get to where it's my life or yours, I'm gonna defend my life. You know what I'm saying? And so to best avoid doing all that, just I would avoid the conversation at all altogether. Cause at the end of the day, bro, fighting, beating a nigga up don't make you no more of a man than another nigga. I mean, that shit just fighting a nigga, and especially with how niggas do today, where niggas don't fight and just lose and go about their business, bro. Nigga, you
Very
fight-
few. Very few.
Very few. A nigga gotta come from somewhere where that's how they grew up, or just goddamn have some super like, all right, shit, it is what it is type of mentality. But most of these niggas, they lose and they get to running towards cars and opening trunks and shit. Like, I ain't even finna put myself, cause it's, even though I'm prepared to defend my life, it's no guarantee that
You won't lose your life anyway.
Yeah, you know
It's
what I'm
all
saying?
just
Like,
taking chances
there's no
over
guarantee.
some fugazi ass shit, man.
Over
It's
some
just
stupid nigga getting thrown out the club. You feel me? For something he did, or whatever the case may be. Now he want to take it to another level. Like, bruh, all right, bro. Like, just go home, bruh. You fucked up, nigga. Niggas will let you come back next week. Like, bruh, just chill. And half the time the party be damn near over anyway. So like, bruh, just go ahead and chill, bruh. Just go home. Like, you feel me? You doing this shit, goddamn, you finna end up in jail or just some dumb shit. Like, this shit don't be worth it. Like,
yeah, man. It's just like I see it like this and everything, because like, you know, you get you pretty much cross paths like with people, you know, whether it be from like long time ago or whatever, and it's just like, you know, they have this weird like distorted image of yourself and everything. You could be like years removed from like whatever event it is and whatnot, and it's just like, you know, I just try to focus on myself as best I can. You know, it's just like, I feel like even trying to put yourself in a good environment, which would be like, you know, the circle that you roll with and everything, or just in general and everything, you know, like in high school, they used to say like, you know, I was stupid and shit like that. Teachers used to pull out and be like, oh yeah, you're a waste of time. I step over here. I've been an honor roll student ever since and everything. You know, that's just kind of how I see it. I feel like, you know, there's always a moment to change. You can always get better and everything. That's just kind of what I'm focused on. You know, yeah, you're not defined by your mistakes or your L's and everything. I feel like there's more to life and everything than really just having to try to prove yourself to people who probably aren't even thinking about you like that, you know. And I feel like I have to kind of remind myself of that all the time. And even if they are and everything, you got to keep in mind you got to be a dope ass motherfucker for people to have to sit around and talk shit about you all the time, trying to get in your way all the time. You know, and it's just like, you know, you have shit like that all the time and everything. You know, it's just like, you know, people I growing up, like I had like, you know, everybody has their own kind of like their conflict, their bullies and shit like that. My people was growing, the people who used to test me, bro, were people that used to like take pictures of me like around, like I be living my whole life and be carrying like galleries of me on your phone. Like, nigga, why you carry pictures of another nigga on your phone?
Right.
I would be always weirded out by shit like that. Like, nigga, you're like 2 some years older than me. You give a shit like what I'm doing because I write in the notebook because I want to like get better, like build in my vocabulary and shit like that bothers you and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think about that not in the sense of just like, oh, like how could this happen, but just in a sense of just like just the mentalities and just the practicalities that come with it, you know. And it's just like, you know, everybody's different, you know. Back then they thought that shit was cool, you know. That was not cool. That's weird. You know, when I think about people that are cool and everything, I'm thinking people like, people like you and everything are just like, that just mind their own, just have a good time. That's it. They're very much out there. Don't bother nobody. That's cool to me because, like, why are you sweating somebody else for trying to do what they got to do? Like, I never understand that. That jealousy shit, that insecurity shit, that shit ain't masculine, man. Like, I ain't on the whole, you gotta be a man to be this, like that. But it's like, bro, like, fuck off. Like, that's literally just it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of shit, a lot that would help me just be comfortable with the nigga that I am. I don't really give a fuck what a nigga think about me. Like, a nigga can say what the fuck you want to say. Like, that shit's not gonna phase me. It's not gonna affect how I go about my day. Like, but unfortunately, there are people in this world that, shit like that affects their mentality and how they think and just, how they go about themselves in life to where, you have some people that commit suicide because of stuff like that. And it's something that I can't really explain how a person can do that coming from doing it to not doing it, but it's definitely, I feel like, something keen that everyone should at least work on in their lives and not giving a fuck what a nigga got to think, because nigga, like I said, niggas gonna talk about you to the day that you die.
It's a big ass world out there too, man. And once you get older, you realize how irrelevant a lot of these people are. They don't do shit for nothing, man.
Shit, man. It's bad. Social media got us in a point now to where niggas can make their lives seem like something is not. And that's probably the biggest thing that fucks a lot of people up in this generation. Like, niggas be thinking, because a nigga is never gonna post on Instagram the bad. They always gonna post the good. They never gonna post the bad. They might post how they feeling every now and again, but if a motherfucker is homeless, down to their lowest, ain't got no money, they're not gonna put that on Instagram. They gonna goddamn whenever
take a picture next to a Mercedes Benz and be like,
you feel me? You feel me? Like,
it's like smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah, like, you feel me? It's all a facade for real. So I mean, you can't let that dictate things neither, because you gonna be spinning yourself in a circle, thinking somebody got something they not. Like, niggas be having clothes, $600 shoes, shit like that. Like, that's cool. Like, and that shit look good on Instagram, but at the same time, them niggas don't got no bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, if a nigga ain't got no bills and he working, like, nigga should be able to buy some $600 sneakers. You know what I'm saying? But you having bills and just, you know what I'm saying, whatever a person got going on in their life, and they want them sneakers but can't afford them because they got bills, like, don't make you any less of a person than them. You feel me? You probably in a position that person want to be, but they ain't in right now, so they use their public image to try to defy what people think about them. And that shit just be like, it's crazy. It's crazy how you can just depict yourself in this world and that shit not really be true at all. That shit not really be what's going on at all. And a lot of people do it. A lot of people go through it, and that shit just bad.
We're all just trying to compete against each other and everything. And even though I gotta like cut it down myself and everything, it's just like, being on IG and everything, you might just like check over, like, so like try to say, oh, who got more followers? Who got more, like, what this nigga be on and everything? Because, the same context, the whole term of like trying to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer and shit. I feel like it's taking it to a whole different level nowadays, because you can really check up on like what people are doing and everything at the same time. But it's like, it's such a waste, because it's like, at the same time, you're not focusing on yourself and everything.
Social media, shit's on social media, and niggas can buy likes and comments. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad social media is running the world now, to where you can literally buy likes and comments and make yourself look like something that you're not. And I know plenty of people that do that shit. It's crazy.
Pretty crazy and everything, but it's just the life we live right now, because even like looking like you're successful can also help with success, because they see like you're popping and everything, they'll add more followers and likes and everything, like, oh, what's up with this dude and everything, and it's just stuff of that nature. But it's like you're not really meeting people or whatever as much. So it's just like, so the whole social media thing could also be very helpful in the sense of just trying to, get verified and everything. As soon as you get verified, that really helps you too. And everything, but also it's just at the same concept, you still got to put the work in and everything, like in my case and everything, like, I had my mixtape drop like April 30th and everything. I was hoping to drop it in January this year, but it's like once you put the work in and you focus on yourself to get the right beat selection and everything, write out every song, give like a week to write out each song, maybe 2 songs, whatever, get it mastered, redo it, do the verse again and again. It's like it's a really long process. And everything, it's just like, but it's just at the same token, it's like I still got it done, posted it. Sometimes I would send the link to the SoundCloud, whoever I can, drop it here, there, whatever, whoever might see, whoever don't, it is what it is. But it's just stuff like that. At least I put the work in to get it done and put it on DistroKid. I feel like even at 23, like, I feel like I've done like more work than a lot of people who said they really wanted this shit and said they wanted to do like, from high school or whatever, and they never really dropped anything. So it's just like, I really see it as like a grounds of pride too. Now I got, like I'm better you than type shit, but it's like, okay, if I can do this with just this much of resource and everything, let's see what else I can do if I just keep being consistent with it, So it's just like, obviously my last project won't be my last project.
Right.
It's just a matter of just really just trying to focus on really just getting myself set up for the next one. Right. So it's like, like what would you say for like people who like are really maybe at a struggling phase in their life trying to make it to a certain place, but like, stuff like that.
Man, consistency is really the key to everything. I mean, if you want it bad enough, then staying consistent isn't a problem. You know what I'm saying? You might just whatever the case may be that's holding you back, but it's like the way I try to look at things, you already started. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like when people say you can look at the glass half full or half empty, like you already started, so yeah, you could turn around, but it's like you already started, you might as well go ahead and fill the fucking glass up. Like you already started pouring the shit. And that's with anything. With music, I mean, it's shit crazy because I before I got involved with music, I just used to wonder, like, what the fuck take rappers so long to come out with shit? Like, why the fuck niggas albums come out, like, once or twice every year until I got involved with it, and I'm like, God damn, like, this shit a lot.
Yeah, it's a process, man. I got beats on top of beats on top of beats on my computer. I'm thinking, all right, cool. I got all these beats. That's a whole lot of songs, which is good to have an abundant mindset when it comes to this shit. But you have to dedicate, like, every day to it. Like I would say, like if I was more like organized, I would set up like about a good hour, maybe 2 hours to like something in music. I got to be writing a verse, writing a song. Then I'd be on to like my project, and at least if it's already written out, whether if I have the money or not, then it'd be like every time I got disposable income, I could just head straight to the studio like that. So it's all about preparing too. I already got all the beats set up for all my next projects. It's just a matter of just finding time to write, not be like repetitive, because you can't talk about the same shit over and over again. Some people can make it work, some people can't, but you have to be able to redo it every time. You can talk about love, you can talk about money and getting money all day, every day, but you have to make it different all the time. And I feel like that's what's the stress about with like rappers too and everything. But I look at artists like Russ. I know I spoke about Russ on several. Have you heard about Russ? You pretty much heard about Russ, but you don't listen to Russ like that, right?
I might have heard a song or two, but he's not someone that I search to play his music now. But I know who you're talking about for sure.
I'm more enamored with him like as just like as an artist, but like an independent art, how he like just the juice he gives in interviews and everything. I feel like that's why I'm mostly a fan of Russ. Because I fuck with his music too. I think it's pretty cool and everything, but it's really just his work ethic and the consistency. He could drop a song once every week, and he built a fan base right off that. I know people that hate on Russ, like, oh, like Russ, oh yeah, he should do whatever, he's too cocky. He's a fucking rapper. You gotta be cocky to some extent, right? You can't be a rapper and be like, oh, I'm insecure, I don't know what I'm saying. Like it's just like I could never understand people that really think that way and everything. You got to learn from people that actually put the work in and everything. It's just like, let me be as like diligent with my work. Let me be as disciplined and organized as Russ, so that I can be able to make a profit of this shit. Because it's like some people could be like Rick Ross or 2 Chainz, where Rick Ross didn't even make a profit off rap until like his 30s.
Yeah.
2 Chainz didn't really start blowing up until like his 30s. You know, he was Titty Boy beforehand, but he really didn't start blowing up till his fucking 30s. Yeah. It's like, but you have to ask, so do you want to be in your 30s doing this shit and everything? You don't know how the climate of thing is gonna look now that we're already in an era where we're having Lil Nas X doing his thing. I'm not hating on him, you know, do whatever, but it's like he did all that extra shit, only got like 60K plays when NBA YoungBoy tops Certified Lover Boy and everything. So it's just like
he in jail.
he's in jail and he did it, bro. And I don't even listen to NBA YoungBoy like that and everything. But it's just like, dude, to have a fan base and shit just off YouTube and shit, just from just working hard and everything, you gotta learn. So that's the 2 people I need to learn from is NBA YoungBoy and Russ, because they both did it fucking independent. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that. You know, if I really want to move on, it's just I know like, but you have a consideration. You're about to drop your own project too eventually one day, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think what makes it a little bit easier for me and separate me from some people, man, is, you feel me? I talk about the past and I talk about now. Like, I can't really too much speak on the future because I don't know about it. Like you'll never hear a song with me saying like anything about no overly crazy jewelry until I got that jewelry. Then I'll put in a song like, well, bitch, I got a fucking $100,000 chain on. But I'm just talking about shit I've been through. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now, that's where a lot of my stain is gonna come from. Like, talking about shit I've been through, talking about shit that can be relatable, because at the same time, I'm gonna paint the picture vividly, so it's not too specific to where I cut off like, you may have something similar to what I went through, but the way I'm going to describe it can work for either your or my situation. You know what I'm saying? And that shit'll make it a lot easier, just fan-wise, and it's easy to talk about stuff you've been through because it's true. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to make up shit. You don't have to try to feel it. You know what I'm saying? I put a beat on that I like, and I get to goddamn just thinking about shit I've been through, and I put my shit together, and then I get to rapping that bitch, and you feel me? That shit just flow out of me. Like, some people when they start rapping or doing music, you feel me? They don't even know how to stay on beat. Like, they don't know how to tune their voice or how to use their voice as an instrument with the instrumental. And so, you feel me, they got to start from a lower point. The first thing I ever recorded in a studio wasn't bad. Like, of course, the fucking wordage sucked. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, but the flow of things and how I was using my voice was, like, spot on. And so, there's a lot that go into it. It's definitely a long process, definitely a financial process. But at the same time, it's like when you put that work in and then that track get done and you just play it, it's like, goddamn, like every time I finish a song, it's probably like the only shit I play for like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the house, in the car, in the shower, like wherever the fuck, cause I'm like, this it right here. Like, if I don't feel like that, once that track has came together, if I don't feel like, boy, this shit it right here, then, you feel me, I take it back to the drawing board or whatever the case may be to get it to where it need to be. But definitely consistency and knowing that this shit not gonna happen quickly. Knowing that this shit is somewhat of a marathon, because you feel me, you might have to do some shit where you might have to, until you put together a team necessarily that, all right, you know, when you need this done, you go to him. We need this done, you go to him. When you need this done, you go to him. Like that sort of a team. Until you got to that point, it's going to be a lot of you trying this nigga, or you don't really fuck with that shit, or he wasn't the best at that. So you send it to 2 other people to see how they think. and where they take your track to. And until you find the correct pieces, it's like, it's a lot of back and forth. Like you could send one track to 4 different engineers and come back with 4 different sounds, but you're gonna have to pay all 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like finding the perfect people to work for, because you also got some people that like you might have this engineer that's better with your R&B type, like Seddy Hendrix, like real vibe, laid back type shit. He might be super cold at putting some shit like that together, but not so good as putting some young turnt shit together. And then on the other end, you might have this nigga that can put some turnt ass shit together, but can't really fuck with the R&B vibes. So I'm saying it's a lot that go into it, but staying consistent and knowing that if shit not gonna happen quickly, it's gonna be a process to it, and it's gonna be a process to it, and just like I said, just staying consistent, man. Those are probably the most two important things.
No, seriously, like I feel that all that like heavily, man. It's just this music thing. It ain't just like pull up at the studio and just call it a day, man. No. Everybody's got a process. Like something like my process, I like to like listen to the beat first, kind of get a feel of what the beat sounds like and what emotions I'm both inspired off it, and then I like to break the beat up in pieces. Like be like one part for the hook, one part for the first verse, one part for the middle verse, and then the transitional part I probably figure out like what to do with that, and then it just takes in from that and everything. But it's just it's a process I have to do every time in order to get the sound and the timing correct and everything. Right. It also gives me some time to breathe, stuff of that nature. And, like everybody's kind of different. They can just freestyle over a track and, make a song just that day and everything. And some people, it's just, everyone has different talents. Everyone does different processes. But it's good, like, if as an artist, you got to find your own personal process. Some people, maybe you can meditate beforehand. Maybe you can write it down just on the daily. It's good to, like, probably get your vocabulary up. So maybe when you hop into the studio, you already have something written that you can kind of just put in between. It's just stuff like that and whatnot. It's all just a matter of just what you want to do and everything like that. It's just I had to be focused on school for a minute though, and like I had so much shit going on over the summer. I couldn't even like get on to actually focus on a project. Life can happen too, bro. Like I swear, that's one thing. Life can also get in the way, like shit. So it's just like it's good. It's just like it's come to an end for me to be in school, and then I'm gonna transfer to grad school and everything. Maybe in the DC area, we'll see how things go for me in terms of like how music goes. Cause I know DC, Virginia's actually low key kind of the mecca too. Like in a sense, like something, cause like I think Drake went down to Virginia, and Wale's also from VA too, and freaking Pharrell. It's just like they have a very good ear for music and everything. So it's like I want to be able to intermingle with that group. For sure, if I really want to see like how this music thing could like shoot into the stratosphere, because I'm from Charlotte, but it's like there's the thing about Charlotte. It's hard to really be a Charlotte artist and make it right out of Charlotte. You always got to step out somewhere else.
One thing I'm not too fan of in North Carolina, man, is like the support. Like
no support at all, man.
No support. Like some rappers, for example, like Yellow Beezy, you feel me? He was rich before he went, well, not rich, but he was making money off of rap before his shit went mainstream because niggas in his city fuck with him. So he booking shows in his city, you know what I'm saying? And getting paid off of shit just in his city. And so once it went mainstream, it's like it went to another level. And same thing for like, a perfect North Carolina example, Toosii. You know what I'm saying? Toosii was popping in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We actually booked Toosii back when this song called Red Light he had was his #1 hit at the time. And so, and it's crazy. It was like, and this is not to speak bad on him, just talking about the experience. You know what I'm saying? Every other song he was performing was like, some people knew it, some people didn't. But then when that fucking Red Light came on, the fucking crowd went crazy. And so it was like, you know what I'm saying, having that support in your city definitely take you the long way. But I personally just feel like we in a city or state, more so, that niggas just don't be on that type of time. Like, a nigga see you shining and I hate you for it. Like, you feel me? Instead of just supporting or
We're just
like,
trying to learn, man. It's just like, Don wonders, like, do y'all really like this music thing for real? Because, like, regardless of who wins or who doesn't get ahead, why should that bother you? I don't care if, like, we start from, like, freaking the sandbox in kindergarten. If somebody's doing well, you're doing well. That's good. Clap. Because when it's you, you want people to feel the same way about you.
Exactly.
That karma shit, y'all gotta, like, really apply it to your life, man. And not even on some, like, heavy Christian or, like, heavy universal type shit, but it's just, like, human to human type shit.
Right.
You don't want to hold people back if they have potential to become something greater. Like, I know an artist and everything. He was kind of young. He had no car and everything like that. I don't get in his way. I just be like, yo, you need a ride to the Cypher? You need this or whatever? Like, like, you need me to, like, do freaking, like, I could do your album cover because, like, I do graphic design too. I be doing my own. Like, have you seen my page and everything? You see, like, the cover of my mixtape. I designed that whole thing, but it's like, but somebody else took the pictures and everything. I just did my own thing to, like, add my own spin.
Put it together.
Yeah, it's just shit like that. It's just like, because it's just how I like my self-expression to be just reflecting on me and everything. And I would do it, like, for people in Journey Entertainment too. That's the collective I'm a part of. And they need somebody to do the whole cover. I'll do it for them and everything. I'm not really charging anybody right now because it's not, like, so super professional. But I do something where it's just like, okay, I can make it different, make you set apart from everybody else in the beginning, so it doesn't look like shit or look like it just like, okay, it just looks like any other project, because you got to stand out too. But it's just like, that's just me. I mean, I don't know about the next person, but it's like, it can't be me to just hold people down, bro. Like, it's just like, nah. Because, like, when they actually do make it, you want to be like, oh, yeah, it's because of this person. He helped me out and everything. And I'd be like, yeah, sure, I help you. It's not no problem. You ain't got to, like, sacrifice nothing. But I'd rather be on the spectrum where it's like I helped somebody. And it's like I was somebody that was a hating-ass nigga that held you back. Nobody could ever say I held them back in life. And that's my pride right there. Like,
that jealousy shit bad, man. Like, it can really poison the way a nigga think and move. Like if one day I look up, I'm still making music. One day I look up and you famous before I am, I never like, man, fuck no, ain't no goddamn way. How the fuck, blah, blah, blah. Like, you feel me? I'm gonna goddamn toss my flowers. Like, all right, yeah, my nigga made it now. Like, you feel me?
We all got the same 24 hours, man. Just how you apply yours. If somebody got lucky or somebody did better, good for them. Because it's like, it's better than they actually make it than they actually stay stuck in a place and shit.
And for you to get jealous, like you said, you really kind of wasting your 24 hours because you focusing on what that person doing and they focusing on what they doing. Like, it's kind of like when niggas say there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be talking shit about a person and a nigga not know who that is and be like, shit, who the fuck is that? And look into who you are, but then they fuck with you. Now you got a fan or support because a nigga was talking shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
real shit for real, man. It's just everybody's relationship is different. If somebody's hating on some nigga, you have to really process as to why they're hating on them. Really look at the relationship they have with that person and everything. I can't stand a nigga that feels like he can just brush shoulders with somebody like 3 times and swear to God they can run like a whole documentary. Like, do you really know this nigga for real? Or do you just sit around and talk shit about him for like an hour and everything? Because it's like, I swear, like, you bump into them types in Charlotte all the fucking time, bro. I swear to God. That's why it's like, it's good to just step away when you have the time, really building yourself, invest in yourself, and then whatever comes out of it, good, Just focus on your next step and everything, and that's pretty much, like, where my focus is moving forward. It's like, yeah, there's school, too, and, like, these classes are kicking my ass like shit. But it's just, like, at the same token, just focus on yourself and everything, and whatever comes out of it good, comes out of it good. And if not, then oh well. It's like, it was a long process and everything. There was a point where I thought, like, I was never going to drop a project because I just couldn't, like, come up with anything. Then when I really focused on nothing but that thing, it actually happened. 12 tracks, WizKid, some on Spotify, mostly on Snapchat, got it on Deezer and all this other shit. And I look up my own name, my artist name, and it's like, not a picture doesn't pop up just yet, but I'll get to that later. But it's like, at the same time, it's like your name is right there. You're officially an artist. You're not some nigga that just says, I'm gonna do this, or at the barbershop saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then you never do shit and everything. So it's like, that's another thing. I never try to make it seem like, oh, I'm doing big things. I just do it, and then like the proof is gonna sit there, and that's just it.
Yeah, and it was crazy about that shit. Those type of situations is niggas don't take the time to think how their jealousy and focusing on somebody else fucks them up. You know what I'm saying? You can't focus on yourself and focus on somebody else.
And you could have worked with them too. Think about it. They could have probably taught you something. God. I feel like God sends the right people at the right time in your life. There could be a blessing or a lesson and everything. You're gonna choose to be a blessing or a lesson.
Yeah, and even to take it a step further from that, even if you get denied, you know what I'm saying, you keep that focus in your head and you, like I said, you stay consistent and you stay running that marathon. There's no telling, you might bump back into that person years later, but years later you in a different position to where you might could be like, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, I ain't on that type of time I used to be. Like, I might have needed you back then, but I got a little something now, so we gonna have to really, you know what I'm saying, put some shit together. Like,
Always somebody out there that's willing to help, man. It's just like, like I remember this one producer and everything, Doc Hella should be like, oh no, you can't rap, you can't do this, you can't do that, going back. It's like, nigga, what the fuck? How do you hate on a nigga, like, literally for like writing in a notebook? And I be thinking, like, yo, it's like, that's like niggas hating on an architect for just drawing like some like 3D structure of like what a house would be. Oh, you ain't never gonna be a real builder. Oh, it's just like, that's just that ain't nothing. It's like, the shit doesn't even exist yet. How do you hate on shit that doesn't even exist?
Right.
Then you bump into producers be like, they actually appreciate like how like you carry yourself and everything. I'm really respectful with it. So I try to show up on time. I try to pay people when they get paid. I don't hold people back or nothing. And I just try to show up like 100% of what I can do as best as I can do. And people will really respond to that. Like, okay, He really does care about music. Okay, he really wants to build on the craft. Okay, he really just wants to just get this stuff out there and everything. I had to hit up my producer just a while ago, just thinking about it, like, hey man, I appreciate you. Thanks. Because he kept the same price for me and everything, like low price of like $60 for, no, it was like $50 for 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
And every real good shit.
With Miss MS. An hour.
Really?
That's good.
That shit piles up. No, like for real. I'm gonna keep hitting them up for real. And if not, if I do record somewhere else and everything, I'm gonna definitely send it like tracks to him to master, because he masters the shit right.
Oh yeah.
And everything. So it's just like, that's just stuff like that and everything. And literally how I met dude was like through a friend I had in middle school. I ain't even seen this dude in forever. But just because I say like, oh yeah, it's like, I need to find a producer. I just can't seem to find a good producer. Like, yeah, sure, I got one right here. Got a mixtape done. Literally, just help people out, bro. I swear, bro, like you'll be more appreciated. And if you just shit on people all the time, bro, when it's time for someone to help you, man, it's just like, well, you gotta ask yourself, would you have helped that person?
Yeah, situations like that, man, where that jealousy involved and you're on the receiving end of it, it's like you at that point you can only be one or two people. Like, you can use the hate to motivate, or you can use the hate to destruct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's in life. You got some people who came up from rough families, came up from rough cities, and they use that to motivate themselves to get out that city, get their family out of that city, get their family in a better place. But unfortunately, you also have some people that, you know what I'm saying, when something not going right or whatever the case may be, that's their first like excuse, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and a lot of things can go wrong and everything. You just gotta weather the storm as basically as you can and everything, and understand like, okay, and just acknowledge how like whatever happens, just acknowledge that it happened. Like, okay, like my rent was due or whatever, something happened, my car broke down, I had to pay for it, so I had to push this project back over time. It happens, life happens. Like this, it's just like, and it's just like I gotta keep reminding myself like, hey man, I'm a whole ass college student. But a college student that had to try to make it work to be an honor roll student and everything. Like, it's just like, so I try to always keep shit like that in mind. It's just like, everything is temporary and everything. You could have financial problems right here, and then next thing tomorrow you'll be balling out like it's nothing.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in just like being down and feeling some type of way about the situation or whatever you're going through in life. It's not gonna fix it. Like, you say you broke and you crying every day and just that and the third, like, crying about it is not gonna make you unbroke. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is gonna deal you some cards that you might not want, that you don't want to have to accept, But at the end of the day, that's life. You got to deal with it. So, you know what I'm saying? The only way to change the change is to change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you broke, the only way to get unbroke is to get some money. Like crying about it, feeling down about it, uh, whatever the case may be, none of that is gonna change the outcome. Yeah, you gotta stay as positive as you can. I'm not saying I will never tell a person like obviously you're going through something like obviously you're gonna feel some type of way. You're not gonna be in the best mood, not gonna have the best energy. But at the end of the day, it's something that you gotta fight through. Because if you don't, you'll stay stuck in that position forever until you'll be in that situation forever or until God or whatever higher being you believe in decides to bless you and remove you from that situation. And half the time, you know what I'm saying, that bad situation that the person may be going through is what's gonna take them to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Like how niggas always say, like just like your storm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Weather, the storm come, it rain, it might fuck the world up, fuck some shit up. But nigga, it's something once the rain stops and your rainbows come and just all that type of other shit, like it's everything it's everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. And it's really just about how you respond to it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's gonna be a hard situation, but trying to stay positive through everything in life is definitely the best solution because that's where your positive outcomes come from.
Gotta have an abundant mindset, man. You know, it's just like I know, like one African proverb that keeps me pushing all the time is like, no matter how dark or how long the night is, the sun is always sure to come. So it's just like I always keep that in mind no matter what I'm going through in life. And it's just like, you know, and like, you know, that's just how time is too, man. It's just like, you know, I remember just pulling up 2018 to this damn campus, and then now it's 2021. I'm on my way out. It was like time just went like that. You know, time don't wait for nobody, man.
4 years go by. That time go by fast in college.
And then at the same time, you feel like, man, I could have done more shit. I could have done this shit. But at the same time, you got to be able to just appreciate all your W's for what it is. You know, it's just like, okay, yeah, it's just like I might be 23 years old and I just dropped my first project. Good. Some people at 23 don't even claim they want this shit so bad and never dropped a project. Some people drop a project, they don't even got a whole lot of tracks on it. Be like 3 to 6 and everything.
I'm 24. I still ain't dropped a project yet. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't dropped the project yet, but no, that shit coming. Like, I've already put a plan together, got my date together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's just putting the final touches together on everything. You know what I'm saying? And again, that just go with the staying consistent. I mean, that shit, I feel like a lot of people, well, musically, a lot of people think shit just easier than what it is. Like, it's more than just rhyming words at the end of every word and putting it on a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit gotta make you feel some type of way. Like, one of my favorite artists, his name Big Walk Dog. You know what I'm saying? I play him and the way he make me feel in the moment, like, you know what I'm saying? Make me feel like, goddamn, I don't know, some crazy shit like fucking go buy a Hellcat and run from the police type shit. Like, he put an energy into me that just like, goddamn, boy, like I'm a young nigga getting money. Like, you feel me? Can't nobody fuck with me right now. And then on the other end, I play some damn, you feel me? I play some Seti Hendrix and goddamn call a girl on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Pop my shit, whatever the case may be. Like, you feel me? You gotta make people feel some type of way with that music. Lil Baby make niggas feel some type of way when he talk. It make you feel like you goddamn got 100 bands in your pocket right now. Like, nigga, goddamn, where the fuck y'all niggas trying to go? Like, we can take a trip right now. I don't give a fuck.
And he balances between like rhyming and melodic, which is like a good balance for sure without overdoing. Like, not at the W, not like the YMW Melly type shit, but more like just like, you know, and it's just like it's like melodic, but it's like at the same time it's still like hard at the same time. Which this is really why I fuck with Lil Baby so hard. I'm gonna put on so much Lil Baby like for just to study that style and everything because not only does it work, but it's just like it's something that can never get old for like 5-6 years. I could see Lil Baby actually becoming like the goat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He definitely the GOAT of this generation though. Definitely is the GOAT of this generation right now with
people are appreciating him right now for what he is, but when he actually drops that main project that actually puts him to the stratosphere, because every artist got that project, you know, like you know, Kanye West got College Dropout. J. Cole had 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Kendrick Lamar had Good Kid, Mad City, and everything. And then Drake had Take Care. Although Drake was all pretty much doing good, Take Care was solidified him. So also, Baby needed that one project to be like, okay, once the next project, and then the next project be like, okay, this is what solidifies them. Then that artistic project that really, really solidifies them. That's 5 years later, bro, so many awards. I look forward to Lil Baby's career, dude, because it's just like seeing like where he started from, like being in jail, and then 5 years later doing features with all types of artists and everything. It really, really speaks to you that, bro, you all you need to do is just get off your ass, bro. And then you don't know where you're gonna be headed, man. So it's like, you know, like I fuck with Lil Baby on that.
Yeah, what's so crazy? It'd be like, but some of these rappers that's mainstream never planned on being a rapper. Like I've seen interviews with Lil Baby with like, you feel me? I wasn't about to fuck with this rap shit. You feel me? He making his money out in the streets. Like, he worried about that money. He like, fuck that shit, nigga. I'm finna goddamn sell these bags or whatever's going on, and I'm gonna goddamn get that money like this. A lot of people don't know it's crazy, man. When Young Thug was rapping years ago, Gunna was already around. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug got videos out with Gunna in them, just in the background. And you watch an interview, he say one day he was in the studio, Gunna just jumped on the track, and now that nigga rich as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just off of trying and shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that go back to having that support. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? You friends with Young Thug, you just kicking it with him. You know what I'm saying? And one day, you like, bro, just fuck it. Like, nigga, just see what you can do. And now this nigga's a multi-millionaire. Just off of curiosity, for real, you know what I'm saying? Just to see if the nigga could do this shit, and that be a lot of people's good and bad. Like, for example, a nigga like Pooh Shiesty, like, good rapper, niggas love him, but at the same time, nobody's in his camp telling that nigga to get the fuck away from them streets. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what led him into the position he in now with him being locked up and shit. Like, yeah, he getting rap money, but he's still trying to fuck with that street shit. Like, you gotta have somebody in your camp, somebody in your team, whatever, letting you know, bro, like, nah, nigga, like, you the rapper, you the one getting this legal paper, like, nigga, stay in that lane, because at the end of the day, bro, that's what's really gonna make niggas goddamn fuck with you. Like, of course, you got some goddamn niggas that's in the streets that's getting money, but nigga, at the same time, that shit's so far-fetched because, one, not everybody can do that, and two, you know what I'm saying, that shit don't last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and some of the most successful rappers aren't even like thug rappers though. Like J. Cole, Kanye, Kendrick will be like associated with gangs, but he's not in that gang culture. Drake especially is like one of the most popular and everything, and he doesn't talk about shit nobody.
You know what
and freaking Degrassi, like an actor, and still like made it and everything. But it's just like, you know, you gotta have something that speaks to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know, that's the thing about like being in the hood life. That it's like, yeah, sure, it speaks to people that want to be out there in the hood, and people that actually like, okay, yeah, they relate to that and everything. But it's only that cycle of people that wish they want to get into it, but they're really not into it like that. And people who just like fuck with the songs that it is, you know. Whereas like for J. Cole, it just speaks to the everyman, and then Drake, it speaks to every man too, and even females too. And like with Kendrick, it speaks to every man also. You gotta have something that connects with everybody, that everybody can appreciate. I feel like that's one of the biggest. That's just one of the biggest thresholds I feel like rappers need to really shoot for. It's not all about just being like, oh yeah, like I'm the shit, I'm a credible thug or whatever, because all that lifestyle doesn't bring to a cycle of constantly being put into prison and everything, like Kodak Black, YMW Melly, even NBA YoungBoy's in prison and everything. We need to take that culture out, because it's like, it's always gonna be ingrained to some degree or another. But you gotta understand, in hip hop, we're the only genre where it's like we die early, getting killed for no reason. Why is XX Tentacion dead? He should be here. He would be up there with like NBA YoungBoy too. Why is Juice WRLD dead over like drugs and everything? It was like, why is he dead? Mac Miller died and everything with fentanyl and everything. It's just like, why does it have to be that way? What about our culture is so cursed where we end up like our mortality rate is just up there, man? It's just like that's something we need to change, because you're not gonna see country singers beefing. You're not gonna see fucking rock stars. They just make their music. And that's literally it. And whoever fucks with them, fucks with them. Whoever doesn't. Like, it's just like, I never understand, like, why is it us? Like, this bucket in the crabs mentality. Just take people out.
I think it's more so who we make the music for versus it being us. Like, obviously, when you become a rapper, a famous rapper at that, you getting your money, like, you know what I'm saying? You might still do some goofy shit, but at the end of the day, you get into the money that you want. And so, like, if a nigga before rap was in the streets playing, shooting, killing niggas, blah, 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 like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like mentally, like, a person would slow down from that. Like, you involved in all that shit because you broke, you trying to get money. Now that you got money, it's like, one thing I never understand is how a nigga go back to doing what he was doing to try to get the money once he got the money. Like, I can't remember, years ago, like, a football player for the Patriots got arrested for a murder charge. Like, bro, you rich as hell. Like, why the fuck? Like, I talk about some shit that I've been through, but I say in plenty songs like, bro, I never killed nobody and I never plan on killing nobody.
Yeah, it's not, but it's like at the same time, even when you get in this genre, it's gonna come to a point where you might have to. And even like I think about like, man, I need to get a gun, man, because it's just like, it's one thing to fight and lose and everything like that. But at the same token, it's just like, bro, that persona, that image, this is a very fragile image we carry and everything, If Justin Bieber got his ass kicked tomorrow, who's gonna care after like a week and everything? But hey, it's like, this is a stigma that maybe even Ja Rule would be like, oh yeah, we beat 50 of them. Ja Rule be talking about Eminem's daughter and everything. Like, why y'all take it to the point where y'all talking about people's family? You got a problem with that person. What does it got to do with their family? I would never understand that.
We definitely feed into about the things that we say in that music. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas in songs talking about killing a nigga if he snatch his chain. A nigga hear that, and now he feel like if a nigga snatch his chain, he gonna kill his ass. You know what I'm saying?
And get clout off of it. And all the fucking clout, man. That shit is
nothing,
so dumb.
Nothing positive comes from that. You got a dead body. Now, both mamas crying. One mama crying because her son in jail for goddamn years, and another mama crying because she lost her son. And then, let's say, hypothetically, shit steamrolls into how sometimes it do, to where now the nigga that's on the back end of losing a family member, now you got a family member in that family that's like, fuck that, I'm finna get my get back. And that shit'll keep going back and forth and back and forth. Niggas trying to kill each other till the day somebody mutual try to sit both sides down. Like, yo, this shit going on too long, too far. Niggas dying. The city hot. Like, but niggas need to chill out.
But the scars are gonna always be there, man.
Yeah,
it's like, you can never come back from death, man.
Yeah,
I'll be thinking about shit like that. So I always be trying to be careful who you fuck with and everything. Just be in a circle of positivity.
Yeah.
Don't be caught up with people that constantly fuck around with people that talk shit about you. Then it's like you fall out with them. They go talking all sorts of shit about to people who have an issue with you or someone whatever weird reason. I don't know what it is and everything. It becomes a really, really fucked up mess that puts you in a fucked up mental space where it's like you really want to get back at these people. And it's like, so I just try to keep level headed, just keep my distance, keep around a circle of people that fuck with you, that pray with you. For every backstabbing ass nigga that you meet in life, there's gonna be people that are legit gonna be there for you. And it's like, here I am and everything, I'm in like Journey Entertainment and everything. They try to push me out of some other rap group in high school because they had an issue or whatever that they didn't want to express.
Right.
But it's like, you know me, I write my own lyrics, I make the album covers, like it's nothing, just a thought like that. And a concept. I know my value, I know my worth and everything. They saw their worth in me, they saw their value in me, and that's what you need to surround yourself with, people that value you, because they will always flourish, you'll always grow around people that see your value and everything. You'll always be stagnant around closed-minded, simpleton-ass mind niggas, because they never go anywhere.
Right.
I'm here years later, I already got my project out, none of them have their project out at all. And it's like, everyone in Journey Entertainment has something going for them, whether they got a project out, whether they got a studio they're running, they got something that they're doing and everything. And sometimes I be having my fucked up days too. It's like where I feel like, man, like, fuck it, like, what's even the point of moving on with this shit? Be like, no, man, keep going, pick yourself up. You're doing it, you want to chill out someday and everything. And it'd be like, these people, I don't even see them every single day. But it's like, that's why now I'm at the age now where it's just like, fuck how long I know you, fuck whatever we've been through. What's your intentions, nigga? Because that's what's really what it boils down to. Because a nigga can smile on your face all day, every day. But in his head, bro, he's taking you out, bro. In his head, he's already fucking trying to talk shit down to you behind your back and everything, trying to disparage your character and everything.
Yeah.
And no thought of that has ever crossed your mind. Some niggas just are wicked like that, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that shit, that's why I say, man, having a team around you, and shout out Main Event, man, having a team around you is probably the most, and anything that you do is definitely the most beneficial thing, man. Having niggas in your corner that believe in whatever you say you want to do, and it's not going to let you steer from that. Like, the guys that I run with in Main Event, even down to some of the members, like, I'm nothing. Like, Main Event Teddy is nothing without Main Event first. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the ones that support me. They the ones that whenever I get down or got some personal shit going on in my life, like, they the ones that give me advice. They the ones that do everything. And so it's like, I'll never find myself in a position to where I somewhat have to worry about shit like that, because I know I got a team behind me that's not gonna let me fall, or, you know what I'm saying? They'll, like, if I make a song, they'll tell me like, boy, that shit hard as fuck, or they'll be like, nah, that ain't it. But them telling me that ain't it ain't coming from a place of hate. You know what I'm saying? That shit coming from a place of like, we've done this. We've worked with niggas before that make music. Like, I didn't really goddamn vibe out with that. And that's not to say somebody else in the world won't vibe out, but getting a valued opinion from a valued person will go a long way, especially coming from a person that give a fuck about you, because they not telling you that shit on no, like, deep down inside they think that shit hard, but they don't want you to make it. They telling you that because they want you to make it, and they don't think that's the best route to go. And so, like I said, without a team, man, without somebody positive in your corner, like, that shit, you can derail fast, you know what I'm saying? Or having the wrong niggas in your corner, you can derail just as fast as well. And so, yeah, man, I'm nothing without the team. I'm nothing without Main Event, big or small, from the niggas that created Main Event to the members on campus that help run the party shit. Like, you feel me? I got love and support and help all of them as best as I can, because I know at the end of the day, you feel me, we a family of support. You know what I'm saying? If we got a goddamn member on campus that need to go somewhere, we take them. We got a member who fucked up, and they need, you feel me, a little bit of money just to do some shit. Like, all right, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That support gonna go a long way, because in return, you feel me, Main Event got hella members. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm supporting all these people, like, For example, if we was to have like 200 people, you feel me, and I'm doing what I do to support them, you feel me, that's 200 supporters I got just off the strength of support. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out the team, shout out Main Event, because you feel me, I ain't nothing without Main Event. Well, Main Event Teddy ain't nothing without Main Event. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good that you're shouting out your team out. That goes the same for Journey Entertainment. It's like, yeah, like I'm Toasty ESV and everything. My rap name Toasty ESV and everything. It's just, yeah, like I'll always be like an artist regardless. But it's like, thank you for at least allowing me to like give me that space where it's like, okay, I got like-minded individuals that actually believe in you. Because that positivity can go a long way too, man. It's just like, I was surrounded in groups that was just highly negative, always talking shit, always on some nonsense. It's always like click based as opposed to production based, and it's just like, that's not gonna get you nowhere and everything. You can't be a dick rider your whole life and expect that's gonna serve you. Like, I'd rather just put in the work in and everything and just actually build some kind of machine like Voltron type shit, just build something that actually produces something, but at the same time build on yourself also as an individual. So for Journey Entertainment, I like to thank y'all too and everything. I guess we're reaching like the time limit and everything. I like to thank Main Event Teddy for hopping on with me today. We never even speak. I do see you around from time to time, so it's actually good that you actually took the time out to actually hop on. It'd be hard to get people on from time to time. Yeah. I'm trying to reach my goal of 50 episodes for the end of this year. And then I'm strictly going to be focused on music for like a while and everything, so I can be able to get my shit out there and do what I got to do. But it's like, it's good that, like I get that support there, especially for somebody just because we go to NCC. We didn't even talk like that, but I be seeing you around there. So
I appreciate you for having me up here, man, for sure. For sure. But yeah, I'm a support any way I can. I would have never said no. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a support, especially you told me the vision that you had. You didn't tell me how many episodes you had done, I don't think, but you told me your vision. I'm like, you feel me? I can't stand on the shit that I'm saying if I didn't support. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate you for having me up here, though, for sure.
No, for sure. That integrity shit goes a long way, too, y'all. For real, it's just like, don't be afraid to support your brothers, man. Don't be afraid to, like, just try to help people up. Ain't nothing wrong with helping people up. It's better to be like be a step into the right direction than try to like hold people down like quicksand and shit. Like, you can't be on some shit like that. But that's it for the Mental Threads podcast. I think this is episode 27. Any final words you want to give off to the people?
Shit, just stay positive, stay focused, man. Yeah, if you got a dream, don't give up on it. Cause that, you feel me, dreams turn into reality.
Oh yeah, no, for real. But yeah. And that's it for the Mental Threads podcast. Sew it up. Thank y'all for participating and everything. We are out.